Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Katie. These are my Leaf Diaries. Today is a special day because I got some new toys. These are special because they're one of the latest series of Saint Dupont, and these are part of the Casablanca collaboration that Saint Dupont recently announced. So I decided to treat myself to a cutter stand and a lighter, and the lighter I chose was what they call the Biggie, which is again one of their new lines of lighters. It's a wide jet lighter, which I really like. So this is basically how they come in, and I'll show them to you up close in a minute. But just so you know what I'm talking about, this is how they look like. So overall, super happy. Now, because I'm going to be, if we can call it that, christening these latest additions to my accessories collection. Those of you who follow me will know I'm quite deep into my accessory collection. I decided to do something special, because why not, and something rare. So Saint Dupont is a obviously French brand. Casablanca, from what I read online, is again a French fashion brand, but also Casablanca obviously is a city in Morocco. So I went and did some digging. Unfortunately, there is no and has never been a regional edition Habanos for Morocco. Morocco have their own Habanos exclusive distributor. It's called Société Marocaine des Tabacs. I hope I'm not butchering it. Essentially, Société Marocaine des Tabacs are only supposed to import Habanos cigars exclusively for Morocco and Morocco only. They haven't commissioned a regional edition cigar. So I thought, okay, what's the next best thing that I can come close to these things? Then I thought, okay, I went to the Habanos website, the distributors, and saw that Fonesio, which is the distributor for Greece, Cyprus, Lebanon, and a bunch of other countries. It's not really close, but the only mentioning of Morocco outside of their own distributor is in Fonesio to basically say they don't distribute to Morocco. Weird. Anyway, long story short, I picked 4 regionals that I thought might be closest, and I'll explain why, to Casablanca and Saint Dupont. I picked the Sancho Panza Ombros, exclusive for Cyprus and Greece, the old French regional Por Larrañaga Prometidos, the Quai d'Orsay Baalbeck, which is regional for Lebanon. And the reason why Lebanon is because it's Fonezio, and the reason why Quai d'Orsay is because it was originally designed for the French market. This is because it's French regional. And Ramon Leones Fonesio 40, which is again another Lebanese regional. Didn't know what to pick. All of these are kind of rare. These 2 are rare, the Baalbeck and the Fonesio 40. This is, you can still find them, and this is still in production. So basically what I did is I posted all these 4 in a poll in my Telegram group, and I let the guys in the group decide, and the vote came back for this little beauty. This is the Quai d'Orsay Baalbeck exclusive for Lebanon, and this is what I'm going to be reviewing tonight. This is Vitola de Galera Duke, or Robusto Extra. It's 54 ring gauge by 140 millimeters. It's the same as the Edición Limitada Romeo and Juliet Duke, and also as the Partagas E2. And there is also a bunch of other regional editions that have the Duke Vitola. Really nice size cigar. So yeah, let me take you up close. Actually, before that, let me see what I can find in the El Habano Moderno book for this cigar. This thing, I call it the Bible. This is very heavy, this is. So what I want to see is if I can find it. Here we go, punch. Sorry, there we go. So, what does El Habano Moderno tell us about this particular vitola? Something I also wanted to showcase is something I've spoken about before. Like I keep saying, exactly the same size as the original cigar. Mind blowing. I really love that. So, Mr. Alexander Groom is telling us that this cigar was scheduled for release in 2018 exclusively for Lebanon. It was released in 2021. You can probably guess why. COVID. It's named after a city in Lebanon and a monument, a specific monument, which I can show here, so you can see which monument that is. Standard B band with an exclusive Libano regional band underneath. 2,400 numbered slide lid boxes. This was a cabinet of, slide lid box of 50 cigars. Unfortunately, I don't have the full box. I only have a few singles. And the other thing that says is these cigars were ready to release in 2019. An invitation to the launch event has been sent, but the release was cancelled due to unrest at Lebanon at the time. The cigars were held back in the distributor's warehouse until 2021. So there we go. My mistake. It wasn't COVID. It was because of civil unrest in Lebanon. The cigars were produced in 2 batches with the first numbers out of 1,200 and the second batch of 2,400, beginning with 1,201 on the second batch. Because of the delayed release, both batches were available at the market at the same time. Habanos does these things sometimes. It's not always their fault, but they do some quirky stuff which, you know, if you've got access backstage with them, you would know, but I don't, and sometimes I'm actually surprised. Interesting thing is that this cigar, I think, comes out with the Senadores, with the 2019 limited edition Senadores. Both of them are shown here. I think what they say about the Senadores, it was supposed to be released in 2019, but it wasn't available until early 2020. Okay, so, anywho, let's get close. So, after the dramatic ASMR cutting and lighting, by the way, I must say, these two perform spectacularly. Now, this flame is this jet is super wide, and it literally encompasses the entire foot of a 54 ring gauge cigar, which is quite impressive. That means that you can light it quite easily, very quickly. So the cigar itself, very sweet, very vanilla-like. I mean, it's a Quai d'Orsay, so you know it's light to medium body. It's not going to be packed with flavor, but this one surprisingly has a lot of flavor. There's a lot of vanilla. There's a lot of not a lot. There's subtle spice. There's a lot of vanilla, a lot of cream, and it's very smooth cigar. Very, very smooth. Wow. So I guess it ties up on both ends, you know, with Fonetio, which is not a distributor of Morocco, and also Quai d'Orsay, because obviously Quai d'Orsay was originally released as a cigar for the French market, and obviously Saint Dupont or Saint Dupont, as the French will tell you, is a French brand. Retro Hell is very easy because it's a light to medium, actually light cigar right now. Retro Hell is super easy, super smooth. There's no, unpleasantness whilst retrohaling. I actually quite enjoy it, to be honest. This cigar at release was around $20 per cigar. Really nice, really, really nice. This cigar with a coffee would be spectacular, although I've got something stronger than coffee. Something very smoky. One of my favorite distilleries, Bunabin. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. I had a few Scottish friends of mine kind of teaching me what it is. How to pronounce it. This is a 46.3% drum. So not for the faint of heart, but it's very, very smoky, and I think it will go well with the sweetness of the Baalbeck. That's why I actually picked it. Amazing. DMS, congratulations on this design, guys. Amazing tumbler. My absolute favorite. I've not let go of this glass since I bought it, to be honest, and I've got another two which I bought when they were on sale on Amazon. Amazing glass. So guys, as for the name of the cigar is named after a city in Lebanon, which is about 50 miles northeast of Beirut, and is a UNESCO site, and it's been part of Lebanon for 9,000 years. So very, very important historic landmark in Lebanon. Like I showed you, this is one of the most famous UNESCO buildings there. And it's called the Baalbeck temple complex, which is where the name of the Bitola comes from. Super, super creamy now. Super creamy, a little bit of pepper, like I said, subtle tones of spice, but because it's already 6 years old, it's kind of mellowed out. I'm assuming when it was fresh, it would have had a little bit more pepperiness. Yeah, pepperiness. But quite complex. The tastes are not as loud. The aromas are not as loud. It's a great cigar, don't get me wrong, but I've always had a thing about Quai d'Orsay. They're quite mild. At least for me, they're quite mild. I think the Senadores was better because obviously it's a limitada. It's a lot stronger than your standard edition cigar. Same for Hoyo de Monterrey's number 4, the limitada from last year, that was released in Bulgaria, in Sofia. That was also completely different to any other Hoyo, a lot darker, a lot oilier wrapper, and it was a lot stronger compared to other Hoyos. But this is very, very good, but a bit muted for my tastes. A bit dry as well, but overall not bad. Definitely the Bunabin, probably not the best pairing. It's okay, it's good because it's smoky, and this is kind of creamy and smooth and sweet. But this is more of a coffee cigar or a beer cigar. I'll smoke it a little bit and I'll come back to you. Getting to halfway, roughly halfway through the cigar. It's still mild, maybe going into a little bit of a medium now, mild to medium, but definitely not a firm medium. The flavors have started coming out a little bit more. It's a lot earthier, very cedary. The sweetness is still here, right? The custard, the cream is still here. But this is what I would expect from a 5-6 year old cigar, to be very, very custardy, very creamy, very sweet, and still retrohales perfectly, like a dream. Yeah. What can I say? Really good cigar. Really good cigar. I was worried in the beginning. I was worried. I thought, horrible, bland. Well, not bland, but not much taste to it. And to get one nowadays, it ain't cheap. So I was expecting a bit more, but it's a Quai d'Orsay at the end of the day, so I can't be expecting Partagas type tastes and strength and Bolivar strength and so on and so forth. The Bunaban is a very good pairing for this cigar because of the smokiness of this whiskey. It's really, really nice. And now that the flavors are coming out a little bit more, the strength is increasing. It's very, very pleasant. So that's pretty much it about this cigar. I had an amazing event yesterday, a virtual HERF on Microsoft Teams with my group. If you guys are interested, head over to my website, kdld.co.uk. The next event is going to be scheduled. Well, it's not going to be scheduled. It's already scheduled for the 8th of November. I'm going to try and do these every second Friday of the month. Sorry, every second Friday of the month. Usually on a Friday from 7 p.m. UK time. It's a global meeting. I've got people from all over the world in the cigar group. Australia, New York, France, pretty much wherever you can think of. So it's a really good laugh, lots of banter, lots of new faces to meet, and it's overall a really nice experience. Keep an eye on the website because I'm going to be releasing a lot more into my diary. I'm going to start planning more international vlogs where I go and meet new people in different countries, cigar related, of course, cigar shopping, cigar lounges, recommendations and stuff like that, vlogging essentially. So keep an eye on that. I'm probably going to go to Bulgaria in the next few weeks as well because there's something interesting happening there with Kaliman Karibi. If you haven't seen, head out to their website to have a look. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me for today, guys. The Baalbeck, really good cigar. At release, it was probably amazing to get a box of 50 of these babies. Nowadays, they're on the expensive side, and understandably why. It's an old regional, so perfectly fine. It is what it is. Most of the regionals, once they end up exhausting the number of boxes that they've got for sale, once they finish primary sale, what I like to call, they usually double in size. So this is understandable. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, and all that social media good stuff. Username is KD_Leaf_Diaries in TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. You can find my Telegram group on my website. On the bottom there is a link. You can click and you can join if you wish. If you've got any questions, feel free to post them in the comments down below. If you want me to review something specific, do let me know, and if I can get my hands on it or if I've got it in my collection already, I'm more than happy to do requests from followers. So yeah, let me know. More than happy to oblige. So, okay, this is it from me, ladies and gents. I'm KD. These were my Leaf Diaries. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video.